thoughts on Saturday's overtime loss. We'll talk about the weekend as a whole, and of course look ahead to tonight. It's Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. It's the Warriors and Saskatoon Blades live from the Hangar in downtown Moose Jaw. We're online at discovermoosejaw.com and mjwarriors.ca, and throughout southern Saskatchewan on the home of the Warriors, Country 100. Let's go 60 here, please.
Matt Green, coach your show, head coach.
Leafs and Bruins still tied at 1.
Still ones?
Yeah, still looks like it's
I'd like the Leafs to win tonight. I don't want them to go down quite like that yet.
Looks like Marner's got an assist there for Toronto.
Matthews out.
Hurricanes up 3-1. Boy, the Jets. That's a tough first-round series, though, man. Like, that's...
The Jets, Colorado, and Dallas, Vegas. That's big boy hockey.
That's the best way to put it.
That is big boy hockey.
Best way to describe it. The best way to describe it.
Yeah. Such a shame that two of those teams are going home.
Yeah. That's where, again, I think they should...
I think overall we were happy with both games. We generated enough scoring chances, I thought, to win the game. Even in Game 2, I thought we had our looks, but overall our game is right there, but this series is as advertised.
I come up the ice, Savoy looking, Calvert drives the net, scores! Ali Calvert has got the Warriors on the board.
Played two pretty good games, and anytime you go to overtime, anything can happen, but we put ourselves in good spots both games.
Parker, Lake takes that shot, scores!
The Hangar will be rocking, and again, it's just it's about us playing with energy, playing with enthusiasm, but you know, a full building certainly helps.
The Eastern Conference Championship has certainly lived up to expectations so far. The Moose Jaw Warriors and Saskatoon Blades were the top two teams in the conference during the regular season, setting up a collision course that many expected in a big battle in the playoffs. Through two games in the Eastern Conference Championship, that's exactly what we're getting. Good evening, I'm Marc Smith, and welcome back into the Hangar in downtown Moose Jaw for tonight's WHL playoff action on IKS Media Warriors Live. The Warriors and Blades played two thrilling games to open up the series up in the Bridge City. Moose Jaw took Game 1 in overtime 4-3 on a goal from Saskatoon product Braden Yeager. After the Warriors took a 2-0 lead in the first period of Game 2, the Blades responded with a big comeback and an overtime 3-2 win to even up the series, coming back to Moose Jaw. Now the series shifts here to the Hangar in downtown Moose Jaw for what should be two more entertaining games between these two teams and a more of a chess match between these two skilled clubs. For more on the adjustments being made by the Warriors heading into Game 3, let's head down to the Warriors locker room where I had a chance to catch up with head coach Marc O'Leary. Speaking with Moose Jaw Warriors head coach Marc O'Leary ahead of Game 3 here in Moose Jaw of the Eastern Conference Final. Games 1 and 2 were a battle going to overtime in both games. I guess what did you like about your team's game in those two first games in Saskatoon?
Well, I think overall we were happy with both games. We generated enough scoring chances, I thought, to win the game. Even in Game 2, I thought we had our looks, but I think we gave up a little bit too much, especially in the second one. And there's some things that we need to clean up. But overall, our game is right there. But this series is as advertised.
How did you feel your teams handled the pressure of playing in their first Eastern Conference championship and in those big games in a full rink in Saskatoon?
I think they did great. I think the nerves were there in the second round, but I thought in this one it's just hockey. Two really good teams going at it, and I think it's more excitement than anything.
You mentioned you thought you guys generated a lot of chances. What did you feel like you guys were doing to generate those chances, and where did you feel like your guys' game was building in those two games?
Just being around the puck. I thought when we got into trouble, we were too spread out, and not coming to the puck, not supporting it. When we're playing our best, we have numbers around the puck, and when we did that, we had our looks, and when we didn't, it wasn't as nice to watch. Yeah. Do you feel like you guys were able to break through Saskatoon's defense and get to Evan Gardner through those first two games? Well, it's an ongoing process. They check well. They do a real good job through the neutral zone, and don't give you a whole lot of room in the offensive zone. So it's important for us again to have numbers around it and not be stubborn. That's when turnovers happen. So. We know what we're up against, but we like our game. We just know that there's another notch there.
Do you feel like Jackson Hangar really rose to the occasion in those first two games?
He did. Especially in Game 2, I thought, like I said, we gave up a little bit too much, but he allowed us to stay in the game and have our looks. And I think when he's at his best, he's looking calm, he's comfortable, but he competes in the net. And I think we saw that in Saskatoon.
Coming back now to Moose Jaw, what's going to be the biggest key for you guys here in Game 3?
Again, I think it's our start. It was better in Game 2 than it was in the first game, but and not even just the results, just playing the right way, playing hard, having guys around the puck, just doing what we do well right off the start here in Game 3.
How much is the fans gonna give you guys energy as well, being back on home ice?
Yeah, they're a big part of it. I know they're excited about this round. Players feed off of it. The hangar will be rocking, and again, it's about us playing with energy, playing with enthusiasm. But a full building certainly helps.
Well, good luck here in Game 3.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks to Warriors head coach Marc O'Leary for joining us here on the pregame show. As always, we will hear from the Warriors head coach after tonight's game on the postgame show when we wrap up all the action from Game 3. Atlee Calvert scored the opening goal for the Warriors in Game 2. He's got 5 goals so far here in the postseason. We'll hear from the hometown Warrior when we come back next on IKS Media Warriors Live.
There's no doubt running any kind of farm comes with day-to-day challenges. We built a new facility 2 years ago. Technology has totally revolutionized dairy farming. Fast Milk gives us the tools to provide high quality standard of milk, making sure our equipment is all well taken care of, make sure that those animals are housed and cared for appropriately. They continue to push us with their standards to make sure that it just gets better and better.
Something new and interesting is always just down the highway here. Find hidden gems grown from the ground up. Hidden gems that can surprise you at every turn. Get a taste for the beauty that thrives in a place where we are given space to grow. Get curious in our prairie life and city lights. Saskatchewan.
Welcome back into the Moose Jaw Event Center as we continue to make our way towards puck drop here in Game 3 of the WHL Eastern Conference Championship presented by Nutrien. It should be a great battle between the Warriors and Blades here tonight. The two games up in Saskatoon. Thrilling end-to-end action as they both ended up in overtime. Warriors took Game 1. Blades took Game 2. I spoke with Warriors forward Atlee Calvert about those two games and what the Warriors can build off coming out of them. Speaking with Moose Jaw Warriors forward Atlee Calvert ahead of Game 3 against the Saskatoon Blades, going back to Games 1 and 2, split up in Saskatoon in those two overtime games. How'd you guys feel you played up there in Games 1 and 2?
Yeah, I think we played two pretty good games, and anytime you go to overtime, anything can happen, but we put ourselves in good spots both games.
Do you feel like you guys were within reach of coming back with 2 wins out of Saskatoon?
Yeah, I think that was the plan, especially after we won Game 1. We wanted to win Game 2. It didn't work out, but yeah, we put ourselves in a good spot to win that game.
What did you feel like you guys did well up there for those 2 games?
I think made a couple adjustments from game to game, and I think we really executed our details well.
What do you guys have to clean up now? What's kind of the key for you guys going into Game 3?
Just keep doing the little things. Keep practicing what the adjustments are that we made, and yeah, just make sure that we're executing at the highest level.
How'd you guys feel you handled the pressure of your first Eastern Conference Championship?
Yeah, I think there's obviously a little nerves Game 1, but once you get into the game, you really settle in, and we felt like we did a pretty good job.
Do you feel like you guys have an extra boost now coming home in front of your home crowd?
Yeah, we're excited. I think anytime you get one up there and then you have a chance to get 2 back at home, it's always nice coming home to hopefully it's a big crowd.
Awesome. Well, good luck here in Game 3.
Thanks.
Thank you to Warriors forward Atlee Calvert for joining us here on the pregame show. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for these two teams, and we'll start with your Moose Jaw Warriors, who will have Jackson Unger between the pipes, the WHL goaltender of the week after making 62 combined saves up in Saskatoon for games 1 and 2. In 11 appearances so far in the playoffs, he's 9-1-1 with a .311 goals against average and a .905 save percentage. On the back end, it is the duo that starts most games for the Moose Jaw Warriors. Den Matejchuk, 5 goals, his 21 points lead the playoffs in scoring. Kalen Parker is on the other side, 2 goals, 5 points so far in the postseason. Up front for the Warriors, they will go with the Matthew Savoy line to start here tonight. Savoy, 8 goals, 16 points for the Warriors so far in the postseason. The guy we just heard from, Atlee Calvert, 5 goals, 12 points will be on the one wing, and Pavel McKenzie with a goal and 4 points on the other side. Moving over to the Saskatoon Blades, they will have Evan Gardner between the pipes once again here tonight. Gardner in 10 appearances, 8-0-1 so far in the playoffs with a .187 goals against average and a .918 save percentage. On the back end, it is Graydon Seatman paired with Charlie Wright. Seatman 6 assists, Wright with 3 goals, 10 points here in the playoffs. The up front line will be Fraser Minton, the overtime hero from Game 2. He has 6 goals, 11 points in the playoffs for the Toronto Maple Leafs second-round pick. On his wing will be another Toronto Maple Leafs draft pick, Brandon Lazowski, 5 goals, 13 points. And on the other side, Alexander Suzdalev, a Washington Capitals prospect with 3 goals and 8 points so far in the postseason. So Warriors and Blades getting set for Game 3 here tonight in downtown Moose Jaw. It's going to be a great battle between these two teams. Really looking forward to seeing how these two teams adjust now, moving here to Moose Jaw after the first 2 games and kind of seeing how each other we're going to play up in Saskatoon in those 2 games. Going to overtime, some great hockey in both those games, so it should be a lot of fun here tonight for these next 2 games, Game 3 and 4, back-to-back here in downtown Moose Jaw. Series tied at 1. If you're tuning in tonight on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube, you can catch the game action on CHL TV and Country 100. But we'll be back with your post-game show on the social medias as well. But for now, let's join James Gallo and Derek Klutzel and head down to ice level where the pregame ceremonies are getting underway.
3 games to 1. The 2 Canadian teams, 2 more Canadian teams in action.